Join us this week as we depart the gorgeous Bahia de Los Angeles and make our final trek up to the tippy top of the Sea of Cortez. We're making our way to Puerto Peñasco to haul Meraki out so we can complete some final projects in preparation for crossing the Pacific Ocean in just a few short months. Oh yeah, we have the best dolphin show we've ever seen along the way. Whoa! I'm Kate, and this is my husband Mick. Our kids, Thomas and Bentley. 5 years ago, we had this crazy idea to travel the world with our kids, and never did we imagine our mode of transportation would be a sailboat. These are my parents. It's been their lifelong dream to sail across oceans, and so together, a dream was born. Come along with us as we learn, laugh,
I play with boats,
and explore. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe. I just can't stop singing. Oh, how baby I love you. Today's kind of a big day. We are preparing because tomorrow we leave our home base, or what has been our home base for over a month, the Bay of LA, and we start our journey to Puerto Peñasco. It's going to take us a couple days to get there. We're going to make one stop for one night at Refugio. It's about 140 nautical miles from here to Puerto Peñasco. We have had an epic time since we got back to the bay. We swam with whale sharks again. We weathered a couple of storms. We did another full moon float.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know.
We have definitely made the most of the last couple weeks here, but it feels good. It feels like it's time. Our haul out date is booked and scheduled. I think we're quite nervous for the haul out, but hopefully it all goes well. But right now there's just a lot of prep to do to get ready to haul out because the boat's gonna be on the hard for a couple of months. We're not really sure exactly how long. So we gotta pickle the water maker, clean our bottom a little bit, do a quick scrub of it because they request that. We get our dock handling lines ready. After making enough water to get us through the next couple of days, we started the process of pickling our water maker. When the membranes in a water maker are left sitting, microorganisms can bloom and cause rot to the very expensive membranes.
Oh, shiny head, how shiny is your head? Not as shiny as mine. This is unfortunate for you. What am I doing? I have the solution in this one, and it's gonna suck it out through the hose and through the system and soak everything in the membranes, and then it spits the guts out in the sink. Two manuals there. One says run it all the way down, then lift this out so it sucks air through. So I'm just gonna run that until it starts sucking air, and then I'll watch it reject out the hose up there, and when it starts to thin off, I will switch it off, and that's that.
As Mick touched on, we have two manuals for our water maker. One stated to run the solution through the membranes and let most of it drain through the waste pipe, and the other said to leave the majority of the solution in the membranes. We went with the manual that looked the newest, and now we're kind of worried we did it wrong. Remember, we're totally off-grid and didn't have the option of searching the good old Google. Fingers crossed we haven't damaged our membranes.
I'm just waiting for the solution to stop pumping out, which they want, which is weird because I thought that they'd want it to be like
soaked in it, but maybe they don't.
Is that easy to pickle?
Is that easy, man?
Pickle, pickle.
We done.
Pickle.
Hola! Trying to keep the sweat from dripping on my lips.
It's the night before we do a pretty decent passage, 140 nautical miles.
Yeah, I just noticed there was a bit of a dribble coming out of the back of the raw water pump, which spins off the engine to suck seawater in to cool the engine, and where that piston spins there's a little wheel that it sucks the seawater in, and it's just right there. I think there's a little seal or something that's gone. So there's a pulley on there with a belt attached to the engine to spin that, and we've had times in the past where the pump has moved, the belt has then slackened, and the pump doesn't work so great and the engine warms up. So I tried to tighten it a bit more this time, but I think I tightened it too much and it's put pressure on that and yanked it, and I think that seal or bearing that it spins on wasn't very happy. It's just dripping. It's not from a hose or anything. I think it's just out of the back of the pump itself.
Loosening the belt now?
I just loosened the belt just a little bit, just in case that kinking pressure was
What was causing it?
opening something up, but I imagine that it won't stop it. It just might take the pressure off a bit. We have one anchorage. There's a tricky spot that we slot through between some rocks, so we would hate to have some trouble with it then. And then the next stop we're hauling out, so we'd hate for it to fail there.
It's a beautiful morning in the Bay of LA, and we are saying goodbye to the Bay of LA this morning. It feels like we have a big couple of days ahead of us. So this trip to Refugio, no big deal. We've done it before. It's about 40 nautical miles. We'll get there this afternoon. Then tomorrow we leave Refugio and we have 100 nautical miles to get to Puerto Peñasco. That is up through the northern Sea of Cortez, almost as north as you can go. It's a really interesting bit of sea, and in our minds we are prepared for it to maybe be a bit of a tough passage. There's about 20-foot tides up there right now because of the full moon. So we've picked a pretty light wind weather window on purpose, because when we're going up with southerlies, so when the tide is ebbing, heading south, and the wind is heading north, the wind and the waves are against each other, and when you have 20-foot tides, that is a lot of water moving against you. Between that and potential chubascos, which are really hard to predict, we've learned, you can see them coming, but that's about it. And once we leave Refugio, there's really nowhere to pull out if there is a chubasco coming. Plus, when we finally get to Puerto Peñasco, we have to haul out, which is always nerve-wracking, and then doing it in a foreign country and in a yard and in a sling we've never seen before. Yeah, there's a bit of nerves this morning, but I'm sure it will all be fine. How are you feeling, Captain?
Just hot as usual, a bit tired. I don't know, you just think about these things so much, you kind of work yourself up, and then in the end it's not been a big deal, has it?
Well, we'll see.
Previously, yeah, we'll see.
Anything can happen out there.
Yeah, I'm excited to get out there, like always. I didn't sleep much last night, but it's kind of, I just like being out in the water. I imagine these flat, calm seas and 15 knots of wind to just push us, and then I get excited about that. And then you get out there and it's like, whoa!
We're trying to catch the current, so we have it with us heading up there to Refugio this morning. Because the tides are so big, it's almost easier to just go with the current than it is to go with the wind right now. It's very interesting.
So crazy how hot it is already.
What time is it?
7?
So the water temperature this morning is a cool 33.6. How's it look?
Not even dripping.
What? That's great news.
Yeah.
So either loosening the belt a bit worked, or it's that when it's spinning, it seals itself.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how it's sitting when it's not working, right? It might have just been cockeyed a tiny bit, and now that it's moving and under pressure, it just might be creating the seal it needs.
Definitely something we should look at while we're on the hard, but we should be okay for this weekend.
Yeah, and where it is dripping right now, I want to get some kind of something to divert where it's dripping, because it's dripping onto the stringer where the engine mount is located, and I don't want that water to go into the stringer and rot the wood that the bolt's in.
Well, and it's salt water, it'll rust the bolts out eventually.
So I'll do that up at Refugio.
Well, I mentioned this morning that we left with the current, not so much with the wind. And how fast are we going motoring?
We're doing 7, but just a moment ago we were doing 8. We're in a whole bunch of turbulence right now, so this channel we're in, I gotta give you the camera.
Yeah, we just hit a heavy turn to starboard.
It's a turning point where the water north of here is going in a different direction. We'll just have to wait and see.
Our normal motoring speed is 5 knots. So the fact that we're going almost 8, that's like a 3-knot current. So the tides are no joke up here.
So that's the worry of the overnighter, is contending with that current coming towards us. So in the 24-hour period that it'll take us, we have 2 floods which we'll be able to go with, and then 1 ebb, and we're really hoping that during that ebb that the winds aren't too strong, because that'll cause a pretty gross and uncomfortable sea state.
Are we sailing?
Yeah, got my
Oh, that looks safe. What are you doing?
just trying to go dead downwind, wing on wing, without a preventer and without a pole up, and the jib keeps collapsing.
Lazy man sailing today?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we'll jive here in a sec.
The wind is so light, but because of the current, how fast are we going?
5.5.
Oh, it's crazy. It's at least a 3-knot current.
It's been these like troughs of mixed and confused waters, just with how much volume is moving through here. Like a school of fish going by.
That's what it reminds me of.
Almost there.
Almost there.
It was really quick.
Yeah, that current sure helped us. So you can see this cloud formation behind me. It's very dark. It kind of looks like an anvil, and then it's got like a sharp point to it. Those are often Chubasco clouds. It's sitting right over Refugio, where we're anchoring tonight. So we're hoping it's still early enough in the day that it'll just dissipate and become nothing. Then we also have some very dark clouds over here to the west. They actually don't look too bad, but you can see there's like dark ones in the light ones, and those are often storms we've found. So hard to know. It's still really early in the day. It's like 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. Normally, well, I mean, we've been hit with one in the middle of the day, but
Yeah, I really hope that these don't sandwiches.
normally this is too early in the day for anything to happen. We'll see. guy's still jumping.
He likes splashing.
Okay, so that is a sign of good luck. It means we're gonna have a perfect passage leaving here tomorrow. That's what I believe.
And that storm's just gonna disappear.
Yeah, that storm, we did hear some lightning and thunder, but oh, they're still here. They're right next to you, babe. They're still here. How fun was that?
We made it to Refugio. It is what's new, very hot, as you can tell by my face. We've made a beautiful dinner. We've got fried rice and steak. Well, as close as steak you can get. In Mexico, we've got all the fans going, so I'm sure it's very loud. Lovely water. Mick's cleaned the bottom. I didn't film it, it was too busy. Bottom's clean and ready for haul out. We went and swam in the caves that we missed last time we were here and did a swim through. The boys were super stoked on that. It's almost time to chill. You ready for dinner?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm out of breath. I mean, I'm hungry though.
Okay, let's eat.